Okay, so jab, and then next thing is to focus on the cross, the backhand. Okay, so jab just light. Okay, right now do everything slower, not a lot of power, just relax and feel the backhand when you throw that punch. You see, yeah, the back heel have to lift. Remember, jab is quick. Yeah, not so much power, quick, quick. Oh, I noticed something else with your jab.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do it this way, so easier to see. When you do the jab, you're lifting your elbow. You see? Okay, that means it's no longer a straight line. Right? A straight line, so here what you're doing is first you're going this way.
Yeah.
And then you're going forward. A straight line is, you see? Straight line. From here, how do you make a straight line?
A to B.
Yes, A to B. Okay, that's not really my point. Okay.
Extend the elbow?
No. So going from here, okay, if I do this, is this a straight line? If my fist is vertical, is this a straight line? It is. Yeah. Okay, it is a straight line. But this punch has power or no power?
No power.
No power.
That's why
okay.
I'm twisting to generate power.
That's right, that's right. So when you go straight line, just straight line, there's linears, there's no power. So you need to add a twist, right? Twist, then you're thinking, let me lift the elbow.
Yeah,
so this gives more twist, right? More twist, but then it's no longer a straight line. Okay, so for a straight line to have power, first, the line has to be straight, right? When you don't go from A to B, you go from A to C and to B, that's no longer a straight line. And that's slower, okay, not to the point. But then a straight line without power is no good. So what you really need to do is you need to twist along a straight line.
I understand.
Yeah, you establish the straight line and then you twist. And it sounds easy, but it's actually difficult to do. Right? Yeah, because to really twist along the straight line without deviating from the straight line, that's the difficult part.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whenever you twist, you tend to get out of the line. Yeah, but it has to be a straight line, a straight line. So it takes a lot of training to go from this point, straight line, twisting on the straight line.
Same principle for the back, the cross too, right?
The cross is the same thing.
Okay. I'm gonna go slow.
Yeah, slow. Okay, relax, not so much power, not so much power. Yeah, here's the thing about using a lot of power, you know, to power your punches, is that in the beginning, it tends to be incorrect. Yeah. When you add a lot of power, that your movements are not correct, and your power may not be correct, and then so you develop a bad habit. Yeah. So you want to first relax.
Yeah.
Right.
I also feel like when I use a lot of power,
yeah,
I don't allow the body to connect. Right. When I relax, the body starts to feel like more, and I remember, oh yeah, this is like almost a blocking, an upward force that's pulling, and that's the loading that we spoke about. It's,
yeah.
And then it feels it more when I'm just relaxed. Okay.
Right. Okay. Now focus more on the cross.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Stay on the cross when you throw the punch right here. Okay, right now you're just moving your arm. You're not connecting your whole body. Why? Because it lacks the stretch that I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So here, I punch the backhand without stretching the body. I just do this. Is there power? Yeah, there's some power. You know, I'm not really using power. But just naturally, just relax. I'm just using the body. There's some power. Right? But then it's not connected to your whole body. You have to load and stretch. So this, from the heel, back foot, toes, heel, and then to the knee, to the hip, torso, waist, torso, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fist. This is a line.
Yeah.
Right? A line has to stretch. Right? If a line doesn't stretch, then you're not engaging the whole body. Right? It becomes. Right? You have to stretch, turning. And here's another thing about stretch. Why stretch is so important. Okay, one is to connect the whole body through the stretch. Right, creating this tension and the release of tension. Okay, and second, when you stretch a rubber band, right, you attach something to a rubber band. When you stretch it, right, to the maximum, and when you release, what happens?
It goes back.
It goes back.
Yeah.
And that's important.
Oh, yeah.
That's important, right, in martial arts, particularly in boxing and kickboxing, because once you throw a punch, you know, whether it's a jab or with a power punch, you need to go back, reset, go back to its original position as quickly as possible. Right, once you stay in one spot for too long, even just a split second that you stay in one spot for too long, it means that there's the opportunity your body would open up in some way. When I'm in this position, yeah, my part of my body is open. Yeah. Right here it's open. Here it's open. Right? Something else is open. Right? So when you stay in one spot for too long, even less than a second, something opens up. Yeah, certainly this is more open than this, right? Because this whole area is open for attack. And the thing is, right, without doing the stretch, what you're doing is you do one and then you do two. It becomes two things. 1, 2, same here, a jab, 1, 2, you see, 1, 2, here becomes cross 1, 2, 1, 2, and footwork is same, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? But realistically speaking, there's no 1, 2. Yeah, good martial artists, they don't do 1, 2. Everything becomes 1. Right? Doesn't matter how many things are there, whether it's 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter how many things you're engaging, it becomes 1. So a stretch allows you to not even thinking about 1, 2, because there's no 1, 2. There's only a stretch which creates a tension, and then the release of tension. So the release of the tension is the natural process of when you stretch to the maximum, and it just automatically pulls back to the center. Right? So it means that you have a center point for reference, and then you stretch from the center point outward in two opposite directions. And then once you release that stretch, it goes back naturally to the center. So, which means you no longer think about pulling and then bring it back. It's just pulling, release, and it's naturally back. Pulling, release, and naturally back. Right? So same here. this, you see, I'm not pulling back. There's no pulling back. There's no 1, 2. There's only 1. Here. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Same time.
Yeah. Less power.
Less power.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get this stretching.
When you do the stretching, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to apply power to the stretch. It could just mean you stretch. No power, right? Right now, no power. Just a stretch. Oh, I see what the problem is.
Okay.
Right. Now when you're stretching, okay, you're doing it more like this.
I'm using that to get all the way.
Right. You're using this fist to pull your whole body forward to create the stretch.
That's what I'm doing to coach the stretch.
Okay, that is. Okay, I wouldn't say it's incorrect, because everything is a process. So when you say incorrect, it's not the right way to put it, because a process, at the beginning, when you do something you think is correct, and it is correct, and then at later stages in the process, you look back, and that's incorrect when you look back. It doesn't mean that it's incorrect when you were here in the beginning. It's just now you have improved, and now you look back and you think that was incorrect. But at the beginning, that was correct. Mm-hmm. So here, it's correct to think I pull to create a stretch. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's the beginning. Later, the stretch is not a linear stretch. Mm-hmm. You're not really stretching this way, like
no,
this way.
That's how I was thinking of it.
Right. Later, the stretch becomes more turning. Mm-hmm. Turning here creates a stretch. Okay, when I say turning here, I don't mean just the waist. Okay, because here's the thing in internal martial arts, right? More so in Tai Chi, right? Tai Chi Chuan, that people talk about turning the waist, and then people also talking about turning the qua. Mm-hmm. Okay, waist and qua, and some people think, oh, there's no difference. It's just one torso, right? Okay, but there is a difference. Okay, the waist is the waist, and the qua is the qua. Okay, in the beginning, right, you may not be able to tell the difference between waist movement and qua movement. Okay, but later as people become more advanced, there's a distinct feeling between moving from the waist and moving from the qua. They're two different things. Okay, now when I say when you stretch, when you throw the punches, you stretch, you have to turn the body. Okay, turning the body start with turning the waist. Okay, turning the waist. Okay, turning the waist creates limited stretch. Okay, why is limited? Because the movement of the waist, the turning of the waist, it doesn't connect with the deeper layers of your body. Okay, the turning of the waist is only to help to guide the force going forward, going outward. Okay, it's only a guide. It's like directing the force in a particular direction. Okay, but the waist itself is not an area to establish the connection with the deeper layers of the body. And what creates the connection with the deeper layers of the body is your qua. Mm-hmm. So when you do the stretch and you're only turning from the waist, you're not stretching the whole body. You're only, looks like you're turning and you're stretching, but what you're really doing is just your body is turning, your physical body. Whatever you see from the outside that turn, it's turning. Is there a stretch? Not necessarily a stretch. When you turn the whole body like this, is there a stretch? There's no stretch. Right, to create a stretch like a rubber band, right? You pull a rubber band, first you have to create tension, right? And then once you create the tension, you have to fix the 2 points, two end points, and then you start twisting. Right, that's a twist. That's a twist. And the waist is not a function to create a twist from the inside. So what is really twisting is your whole fascia system. Right, your joints are twisting, your tendons are twisting, your ligaments are twisting, your whole fascia is twisting. And that twist comes from your quad. Right, so if you're not able to feel your quad, the movement of your quad, it means that you're not twisting from the inside. It's just that you're turning from the outside. Turning and twisting are not the same. They're similar concepts, but they're not the same. Turning, this turning. Okay, twisting, is different. Yeah, you cannot turn the waist and think that, oh, my joints are turning, my ligaments are turning, my tendons are turning, the whole fascia is turning. Twisting, meaning twisting. The joints twisting, the ligaments twisting, the tendons twisting, the whole fascia is twisting. No, there's no twist. Right, because the waist can only guide the physical body on the outside to turn. There's no twist. There's no twist. Okay? And so twist, this is twist. It's not turning. This is turning. The waist is doing more like this to guide the body to turn and to guide the force to go in a particular direction. But that's not twisting, right? That's turning. Okay, twisting. That's twisting, right? You see what happens when you're twisting? It's one straight line, and you have to fix the end points in the opposite direction. Okay, now everything has to twist. Everything has to twist. Okay, now look, my foot. Okay, I'm not just turning the waist. This is why this toe is very important.
It initiates.
The toe is to fix one end point.
I get it.
Right, the toe is sticking to the floor to create. If I'm not sticking here, my finger's not sticking. I'm just doing this. It's, it's off the straight line. So you stick the finger here, and then you fix that one end point, and then you twist. And here's another end point. So, yes. Yeah, if I'm only doing this, 1, 2, 3, you see how I move? Straight line with my foot.
Yep.
There's no twisting. Right, because it's not fixing the end point. It's just moving forward, straight line, straight line. Okay, I can generate some power with this. right? There's also no pulling back, naturally pulling back, right? So now you fix here, that's an end point. Getting fixed, locked in there. It doesn't mean that there's no movement, there's still some movement. It's not completely fixed. Everything we talk about, whether fixed or not, everything we talk about is all relative. Yin yang is relative. There's no absolute that this is yang, this is yin. Right, then there's no yin yang. Yin yang concept is relativity. And nature is relativity. Human body is relativity. Okay, so when I say fixed, I don't mean that there's no movement. It's all relative. It's more fixed than other parts of the body. So if one endpoint is fixed, then there has to be another endpoint on the opposite end that also needs to be fixed and to twist. Right, so you have to figure out where the other endpoint is. Right? Yeah. Yeah, same here. This endpoint fixed. Okay, just work on the backhand.
Just work on the backhand?
Just work on the backhand. Think about the twist. Think about the stretch.
And when I'm up here, when that foot is down and this is that, and this is coming up, does it stay on this side of the face? Or
on the other side.
Other side. Right?
Same side. Stays on the same side.
Where is it? I don't know. Back here.
Where is what?
The fixed point on my foot. Here, yeah?
Yeah, on your foot right here. On your toes. Right? Your toes is the fixed point. One fixed point.
Okay.
Yeah. More stretch. Yeah, the twist is good. The twist is getting better. More stretch. Twist and stretch. Right, when you only twist the rubber band, there's no stretch, then there's no tension. When you only stretch the rubber band without twisting, also it's no good.
Yeah.
More stretch. Reach out. In the beginning, you have to exaggerate more with the stretch.
Yeah.
Exaggerate more. Right, everything, when you start, you have to exaggerate. Okay, and then gradually you refine, and it becomes more subtle over time.
Okay.
Right?
Backhand?
Yeah, stay with the backhand. Continue. Okay, punch and stay there. Stay.
Wow. That's the stretch you're talking about?
Right.
Oh, jeez. I don't know how I'm going to get there right now. Maybe more of a... You want me to come back with it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, for now, focus more on the stretch. More stretch and less thinking about the pulling back. Because once you stretch enough, it will just naturally snap back.
Like that.
Oh, one more thing. Punch and stay there. Stay right here. Okay, this is a good stretch, right? The more the better in the beginning. Okay, more exaggerated stretch. Now your head positioning.
Has to look.
Right, that's the thing. Okay, stop. Now when you stretch, like really stretch, your head is going to be pulled with the stretch. It's going to turn.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Right, it's going to turn. Okay, now once you turn, okay, in the beginning it's fine because your focus is on the stretch. Okay, over time that your stretch doesn't affect the head movement. It's going to affect, but you're going to minimize the effect of that stretch on the head movement.